420, 420, for 20 long years. I smoked lots of reefer and drank lots of beer. Every day at 420, we're gonna settle this score. And for 20 long years, it's been 20 past 4.
Hello, I see you. Welcome to 420 Live. Jeff Kravitz. I'm taking a deep breath. It's been a hell of a year. I just can't wrap my head around all the stuff that's happened over the past 365 days since we started 420 Live. Yes, it was March 16th, a cold and blustery day. I don't remember what the weather was, but I was sitting here, right over there, editing pictures. One of my first shows, I was scanning negatives. That was going to be my thing, which that lasted that day. I think I scanned it a bunch, but I got wrapped up in this amazing adventure, connecting, reaching out, touching friends and family and people I've met throughout my life, and bringing them into the 420 Live family. We've created our own little nest and web of people we love here, and touch base with everybody that was pandemiced up, stuck, stranded, rudderless, no direction, no wind in our sails. What were we going to do? Let's be honest. Thought it was going to last 2 weeks, right? I did not think that we'd be here a year later. I did not think that I'd do 200. This is my 218th episode of 420 Live. So it's been quite the adventure. You unveiled a completely different side of myself that I guess I had been keeping hidden all those years. The talk show host, inspired by my father, Pinky Kravitz. He was a talk show host. That's how he put me through college and paid the bills and, put food on the table, running his mouth all day. Unfortunately, this has not led to me being able to put food on my table, but I put a lot of weed in my bong and a lot of oil in my pen. And I have to thank all the people that have been instrumental in keeping me very stoned the past year and in a very, very good space. But if you tuned in yesterday, it was my first show back in 5 weeks since I left California and went on an adventure to Mexico. And it was a very, very interesting time, getting over the feeling of having under the COVID thumb. And now I've been back in LA for 48 hours and I am feeling the pressure. I went and had my COVID test today. It was definitely the deepest nasal experience I've had since my days of trying to inhale the whole bag of blow. This was so intense, man. I couldn't even open my eyes when it was done. I said to the lady, are you going to, I was like, she's like, are you okay? I was like, I need a minute before I think I can even open my eyes. She's like, yeah, I'm trying to get all the way back in your head. So I'll get the results of those. I feel fine. If I have anything, asymptomatic, but I think I've been asymptomatic in everything I've done in my life. Anyway, we have a full roster of friends stopping in today, and I'm not going to waste any time. One of my oldest and dearest friends here in California, one of the first people I worked with at MTV Networks, and watches meteoric rise to VJ, stand-up comedian, VJ, then movie star, and now he's still making movies and doing a thing. Say hi to my old friend, Paulie Shore. Hello, Paulie. How you doing?
So you just got back from Mexico?
Yeah, I was in Mexico.
How long were you there?
I was there for 3 weeks.
I thought you said you were there the whole time.
Well, I was in Mexico for 3 weeks, and then I went to St. John. I had a photo shoot. So I was in St. John, the Virgin Islands, and then I wrapped up in Miami at spring break, which you very familiar with spring break, Paulie.
Well, let's talk about Mexico first.
Go ahead.
Where were you, in Tulum?
I was in Cozumel first, and then I went to Tulum, and I recommend everybody going to Tulum if they want to start living like there was no COVID. It was I got
the shits there.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you did. You got to watch it.
I just came back from there.
Oh, yeah. When were you there? Last week?
Yeah, I just came back last night.
What did you think?
I mean, I'm too old for that shit.
But how about the way people are living and, you know, how everybody's running around like there's no COVID and they're in the clubs and they're partying?
Well, you know, they're rolling the dice, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I think everybody is. But did you feel safe down there? I didn't really feel that, like everything's outside.
Yeah, you gotta go out there, and then you get your test when you come home, and knock on wood that you don't have it. You get on the plane, you hope you don't get it there, and I mean those are fun. Flying is so much fun these days, huh?
Oh my God, my flight was packed yesterday.
Dude, the fucking stewardesses, they could give a fuck about us anymore. you go, excuse me, can I get a white, like they're doing crossword puzzles in the back. They're like, oh, here's a soda. It's like, dude, and it's so gnarly, right?
Yeah, and there's no food service anymore. It's just drinks. You have to buy everything there.
Yeah, you can't get a drink on the plane, which makes you want to fucking drink because you're on a plane, and what you do when you go on a plane, you want to drink, and you're not allowed to bring alcohol on the plane.
Yeah, I know. Well, they want you to buy theirs.
Just do what we do. We just take Xanax.
Much better. I've been eating the edibles on the plane. It's been very, very relaxing. It's been a relaxing trip. But I found Mexico very centering. I felt that it prepared me for what's going to happen, hopefully this summer, where we're going to get back at it. Are you going back on the road this summer? What are you doing?
I'm always on the road.
So you haven't seen much of a change, or are there more people in the clubs when you're playing?
Well, it's 25% capacity, which is how it is anyways when I perform.
That's a step up.
I mean, usually it's 10%. No, I live in Vegas now, so I'm performing this weekend at the Grand Hotel in Vegas downtown, and then I'll be in West Palm Beach. I mean, mostly I'm doing Florida and Texas and Utah.
Oh, really? Yeah, because that's where they're letting more people in.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, Miami. Have you been down to Florida?
Let's not talk about the bullshit. Let's talk about the real deal. I think you're the new David Letterman of podcasting.
He had better hair, I think.
No, but I remember you when you did one of the first photo shoots in my house.
Yep, I remember coming up to the house.
You showed up. You had fucking flip-flops on, some Oakley shorts, a Quicksilvers, a Hawaiian shirt, and you got your camera around your neck. And you're like, yeah, they sent me here from MTV. They want me to take some pictures of you. Just do what you do. I got to get the fuck out of here and go see Billy Idol or something. Just go sit on the grass or whatever. And I started taking pictures at my mom's house. And those pictures turned out to be great, you know, and ever since then, you know, you're like my Annie Leibovitz, you know what I mean? So ever since then, you know, we've had a strong connection. So now that you're doing this, excuse me, I think I have COVID, sorry. Now that we're doing this, the podcasting stuff, I want to thank you for asking me to be on your 1 year anniversary. It's cool.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming on, Paulie. I know you're an incredibly busy guy. You got a lot of salad to eat. You got a lot of salad to toss there in Las Vegas.
Mike and Barry in the back.
Hey guys.
We're working on
this. I see you guys all the time. I see you guys on the feed all the time. Great content. You guys are always pumping out great content out of Vegas. Yeah. I'm going to be there. I'm going to come and visit you.
Trời đất ơi, mới nói gì ăn nói thân vị nó không tóc gì hết.
Whoa. Sorry about that. Sorry. No. Maybe for your Vietnamese fans.
Everybody here is chiming in. Jeff Gordon, my friend Jeff Gordon, and Ben Spivak saying the same thing about the Comedy Store doc. Did you have anything to do with that?
I was in it.
You were in it. Well, it's your life.
Yeah, mom, Mike Binder did a great job directing it, and they put it together. And my brother Peter and the producers did a really nice job. And you know, I think my mom would have been stoked about it. But then you don't know my mom. She would have been like, That's not what happened. That's bullshit. They ruined it. You know, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Well, Paulie, I appreciate the love. We go back all the way to the beginning, like MTV early days, and watching you sit here eat a salad is like one of the highlights of my life. So I appreciate you coming on and saying hi.
All these paparazzi photo shoots we did, remember?
Yep. Be like, Paulie, pretend you're stealing something.
There was also a time where I used to bump into you at red carpet, right? And you'd see me. You'd be like, dude, what's up? And I'll be like, start posing for you. Like, no, get out of my way. Daisy Fuentes is there. Move.
Well, you had to work your way up to superstar.
I understand.
Well, thanks, Paulie. I appreciate you coming on. I'll come visit you in Vegas soon.
Congratulations. And I saw Ryan, the guy who introduced me to out here. Ryan?
Oh, yeah, Ryan Doherty.
Yeah, he stole from me. He owes me money. But I'll talk to you later about that.
Yeah, he's a very, very good dude, and he's really hooked up. So I'll come by and we'll go check out Oddwood. Love you, Paulie. Thank you.
Love you, brother. Enjoy.
Bye. There you go. Paulie Salad tossing salad on the air. Paulie Salad tossing Shore on the air. Paulie Shore. Thank you. Next up on the hit parade, and I'm only a minute late, the guys from Humphreys McGee. Say hi to Joel and Brendan and Pony.
Wow.
Hello, guys.
Wow. Hey, guys.
Boom, boom, boom. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming on my 1-year anniversary show. The end of the road.
That's it?
Yeah, I think I shot my load. I think I'm done. I mean, how much longer do I want this to go on? I mean, you guys, I saw you guys are getting ready to actually play a 2-set show. I mean, you've done a couple now. But Solani's coming up. That's going to be that's a big site. That's probably the most people you played for. So I'm sure I saw you have some other things booked. You excited to finally be able to get out there and play? Or you want to stay home and watch the kids some more?
I'll let Brendan answer that one.
I wasn't ready like 6 months ago, and about 5.5 months ago I became ready. And I want it. I mean, it's time.
Joel, how about Joel? Congratulations! You have a 1-week-old or 10-day-old?
Yeah, something like that. A little dude named Griffin. He's here. He's kicking some ass, doing great.
Well, we know what you've been doing the past, at least the first 3 months of the quarantine.
Yeah, right. And now a lot of changing diapers. But yeah, it's great. It's great. We're stoked.
What's his name? I'm sorry, I missed that.
His name is Griffin Davis Cummins, and we did something a little different for him. We let Brendan share the announcement live. I'll let Brendan tell you about that too.
I am not on social media currently, and I just assumed that he announced something. So I did a stream last week and dedicated a song to him,
which was really nice. We appreciate it.
Well,
thank you.
And then I get a text from Joel the next day saying that during dinner he got 37 incoming texts because they hadn't made an announcement yet, and I apparently beat them to it. So there you go, internet.
Yeah. Hey, you're always on top of it though, Bayless. So
the Godfather, Pony. Oh, some light on Pony. There you go. Let's go, ball. How are you? Are you ready?
I'm having a hard time getting the internet in here.
Are you just ready to be dad forever now? Are you ready to play?
I'm ready to play. I want to rage right now. Right now.
Yeah, well, I was really blown away when I saw.
Am I a robot or can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good internet. I can see your guitar collection. You look great.
Beautiful.
Presenting.
So Nashville was hot. I thought that you guys were connecting really, really well for not playing the way you were playing. How did you record all the 16 new songs? Are they all in the can, or is that still a work in progress?
Always a work in progress.
And more.
Is it 16?
It's
more than 16.
Well, we have a couple things that we've been working on, so we'll have something new this year, and then I don't know when the second thing will be. We'll see, but it's been fun. A lot of new tunes.
I have a question. Is that velvet? Because that is beautiful.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, it is. It is a black velvet, crushed velvet jacket. I bought this for Berkowitz's 40th because I went crazy shopping.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
I've
it.
never seen you in a tie. This might be a first.
Yes, there you go. Well, when you do a christening or something or whatever, what do you do? Christenings or circumcisions or what do we got coming up?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have anything where I have to have a tie. I don't know if I have that.
All right. Well, you know, I haven't worn many ties this pandemic. Actually, I'm going through all my T-shirts. I probably got to hit up the boys in the office for a new supply. Hey, Mickey, what's up,
Mickey?
You know, I know all the kids' names. I feel like I'm the uncle now from being on the internet all the time. It's been absolutely bonkers. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for the love and support. You guys, it was great to be able to connect with you guys and share what you were doing with your audience. And it was really well received by everybody. And thanks for taking me seriously.
Who said we did that?
Well, you answered my questions, Joel. You did answer my question. But
yeah, Brendan, how many wine knots do you think have happened? Do you guys count?
I mean, I blacked out the first three. So
do those count? Do they count if you black out? I mean, it got to be like probably what, 35 maybe?
I would think it's 30 something.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm at like 218 here.
Wow. Legendary here.
Wow.
That's a lot. That's 218 hours of me bullshitting. That's absolutely insane.
I mean, I've definitely listened to 218 hours of you bullshitting before you did it on the air as well.
And smiled and shook your head and acted like you enjoyed it too.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
You know what, guys? I'm looking at my schedule, and you know those early April dates in Florida with you guys and Goose and Lettuce and Big Something and
we got that. We got the Atlanta drive-in.
Yeah, I mean that all looks good to me. I mean, I don't have much on the docket these days, so. But I want to thank you guys. I appreciate it. Humphreys McGee, three fists. No, 6. Yeah, 50%. Love to the other guys and love to the fam. And thanks for taking a little time to say hi to us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Take it easy, guys. All right, bye. Signing off, the Humphreys guys. Next, David Lemieux, Grateful Dead archivist.
Hey, Jeff, man, congratulations. A year. I mean, yeah, this is fun, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's fun. It wasn't what I wanted to do. I thought taking pictures at somewhere like GD50 was more fun.
Totally.
So,
well, congratulations. This has been amazing. I've tuned in as much as I can. What is this, 200 and something shows for you?
218 is what I counted. You know, I think I'm within a show or two right there. So it's been a lot of time on the air and a lot of time organizing and coming up with guests, and I appreciate you being an early supporter. We one of the early days when you guys just started sharing the weekly shows when we were doing that for a while. Are they still sharing the videos or not so much?
Well, we stopped doing them weekly, I don't know, in the fall sometime, and then we did a few more in the fall, and we actually just had some email chains about getting it going again. So we will get some up. We have no idea when, but we had fun doing it, and people had fun watching the videos. And we love doing it. And we find cool guests, so it's a good time.
Well, and sure, you know where all the hidden videos are. So I'm sure you've got some chestnuts in there.
There's a few. There's still, you know what? There is still a lot of material in the vault on video that people haven't seen that looks amazing and sounds really good, and most importantly, great shows. A lot more audio, but there's some video left in there.
So you're in Canada, correct?
Yep, Vancouver Island.
And how's the vibe there? How's the situation?
It's good. It's I think there's optimism for the first time. And it's really the last couple of weeks when I don't know what it's like down there. I think it's similar where we've got actual schedules of getting vaccines and registering for those schedules and those appointments. And so there's some genuine optimism, and the light is clearly at the end of the tunnel. It's still a little ways off, but it's feeling good for the first time. There's a lightness. There's a physical lightness, which is
right.
Good. Yeah, but there is a lightness in the air, and it's palpable. And, our border has been closed, which means all of our American friends would normally come up and visit us, and we'd go down and visit them. The borders have been closed since March 30th, almost a year ago. So getting up and down over Canada, US has not been easy. It's actually been impossible unless you have a couple passports. So we're all looking forward to that because we want our American friends to visit, and we want the opportunity for when our favorite bands play in Seattle or LA or wherever, we can go see them.
Yeah, well, I was down in Mexico, and they were talking about how there's no Canadians down there because they put a decree out where you had 24 hours or 48 hours of leave where they're going to charge you $2,000 if you wanted to come back.
Yep, exactly that. And so when you come back, you got to stay in a quarantine hotel for $2,000, and then you go home for 2 weeks and stay in quarantine without leaving your property for 2 weeks. So it's a challenge. But anyhow, the optimism is there, and for the last year, it's kind of like what you've done. You make the best of a really terrible situation. You've created this thing. We've been really working hard on the archival releases. 2021 is an incredibly busy year. A lot of announcements. We do these little videos down at the water here. I call them Seaside Chats. Whenever we introduce something, and I've shot like 3 of them in the last week. So that's to say that in April and May, we have a lot of things being announced, and the summer and fall gets even busier in terms of the archival stuff we do. So, I mean, it's kept us busy.
And it's amazing that archive is the gift that keeps on giving, man. It's just unbelievable. And all of us Grateful Dead fans love it. And we're glad that someone as capable as you are in the hands with as much love and respect as you have for the music.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
And thank you. I got to run, but I appreciate you coming in and tuning in and saying hi to us. Thank you so much.
All right. Congratulations, Jeff. We'll see you next time.
David Lemieux, folks, live from Vancouver Island.
See ya.
Take it easy. Thanks.
Bye.
And right up, we're going right to Jeff Ross. You ready there, Mr. Ross? Mr. Jeffrey Ross. Hello, sir.
Uh-oh. Hi, buddy.
How are you, man?
Wait, I don't hear you.
Hold on. It's got to be
What's going on?
It's got to be you. Maybe take your earplugs out, unplug the phone. See if that works.
Hold on. I had it for 5 straight minutes.
Oh, you had it, and all of a sudden it's gone? I'll do sign language. Hi.
Wait, I can't
Hello?
hear you.
Can you hear me?
Shit.
Can you hear me?
Why isn't this working?
Well, while you're figuring that out, I'm going to do a little dab here. This is the dipper. You ever see this thing? Check this out. Just push the button. Oh, I got to turn it on. Can you hear me yet? Come back. Hang up and call back. Hang up, call back. See? There it is. He's going to call back. I'm using my dipper. Oh, I did hit it this time. This thing's absolutely incredible. 710 Labs here, my oil, some orange cream number 26. If you've been a fan of 420 Live, this is, I love to get high. That's why it's called 420 Live. So that's why we're here. And I see all you guys. Let's see. Jeff Ross, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. now I'm nice and buzzed. So that was a good break. How you doing, Jeffrey?
Congratulations, man. For what? I don't know.
Hey, I made it through the year without killing myself. It was a hard year, don't you think?
Especially for us, people who go to live shows and perform live and make their living that way, it kind of undercut your whole purpose in life. But we're luckier than most, Jeffy. You got a nice family and a nice place to quarantine. So
yeah, it wasn't too bad, but we were driving each other crazy. I mean, were you finding the same thing?
No, it was good bonding time. I'm here with my 2 German shepherds that I rescued during the quarantine, and I liked it. It was my first time living in one place in 30 years. I liked being off the road a little bit.
Yeah, because you've been nonstop since you were a kid.
Yeah, this is my first time staying in one place since college, really. So I like it.
So do you think you're going to not tour as much when the road comes up, or you think you're just going to go out at a higher price?
Here's my theory, okay? I've been working on this. Comedy is going to come back bigger than ever, right? Music is going to come back bigger than ever. Close-up magic, never coming back.
So your career as a close-up magician is done?
Nobody wants to pick a card. Nobody wants anyone pulling anything out of their ear.
I got you. No volunteers from the audience.
How's the show going? What have I missed?
Well, I mean, I've been off the road for 5 weeks. I've been traveling all over to all the places where COVID doesn't exist, and that's been an interesting tour.
Oh, where'd you go? Florida?
I was in Cozumel diving for a couple weeks, and down there it's very quiet. And then I was in Tulum, and that's not so quiet. But I heartily recommend it if you want to go act like COVID doesn't exist for a couple of days. It's very relaxing. And then I was in Miami, and I just caught the beginning of spring break down there, and it's like Armageddon. Now I saw the Miami mayor today. We don't want people coming here to party like this.
Wow. What was it like in Miami? What'd you do down there?
Well, I had a friend who was doing a documentary photography, walking down, shooting all the kids partying. So we would walk up and down South Beach and take pictures for like all you needed was an hour. And man, the kids were all like wasted and like posing it up, and lots of twerking going on.
You weren't worried about getting COVID that way?
Well, my thing is kind of like if you're outside and the wind's blowing and you're not in anyone's face, and I had my mask with me. If I felt like I was in a situation where I was too close, I put my mask on. But no, I'm not really I'm not running around afraid down there.
You look great. Why do you look so fucking good, Jeffrey? You look like a billionaire right now. I feel like a senator calling to ask you for a donation.
Yes, I have some funds coming your way. Well, you know what it is? I've been stayed on my diet. I've kept the weight off, and I've tried to stay healthy.
You look like a lawyer whose office is a is a college dorm room. That's what I see right now. This looks like a lawyer busted into a dormitory. That's great.
Yeah, it's a college student trying to grow up and get a real job.
If there was ever a great idea for a screenplay, it's a live concert photographer during a quarantine.
Oh my God!
Only take pictures of his own house.
It's been really tough. Listen, I love you. I really appreciate the love over our whole career. I've been with you for so many years now, and you were one of my first guests to come on. It was you were high on mushrooms, I think, that day. That was fun.
That was a good time. And Jeffy, you've always been in my corner. You were taking pictures of me before anybody gave a shit. So thank you, buddy.
Hey, man. And I'll be there when people stop giving a shit, too.
Happy 420, everybody.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for coming on.
All right.
All right. Next up, right from Jeffrey Rosta, one of my favorite humans in the world, Leon.
Yo. Happy anniversary. Wait a second. Who the fuck is that?
What? This?
What? A suit? Yo, I want to see your ID. You can't be Jeff Kravitz.
I dressed up today. Yeah, I got my new passport. Leon, I went for the interview when I was in Miami to get my my global entry, and I sat down with the lady, and she goes, Mr. Kravitz. She sits there, she looks at the computer, and she's like, oh my, and I'm like, what? She goes, you lost a lot of weight. My whole interview was me talking about my diet for 15 minutes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Good. I like that. You know me. I always want you healthy.
That's right. You were a big inspiration. You were like, you know what, Kravitz? You don't need to eat everything every time you go out. You can take some for later.
Exactly. You don't have to leave the place like holding your stomach.
Come on. Every meal doesn't have to be like a birthday. How you been?
I'm good, man. Just busy, man. I've been just so busy. Just working.
What have you been doing? What are you working on? Where are you?
Let's see. What am I doing? A Rap City on the Hill Showtime series with my neighbor, across the hall, Kevin Bacon, and produced by Ben Affleck and his partner Matt Damon and Tom Fontana and a bunch of really good people. So that premieres this month, March 28th.
Great.
And I'm about to leave next week to go down to Atlanta for a month and a half to go shoot a series there. I'm taping 7 songs, live versions of songs off my band's album this Saturday before I leave. So we're just prepping for that. And just keeping it going. Was in Canada for a while, did a movie that did very well for Hallmark. And
Are you planning on any live music this summer? Like taking the band out?
Yeah. When we got agents looking for festivals for us right now. So yeah, we wanted to do it all last summer, but it didn't happen. So hopefully this summer we'll be out there, playing our music for a bunch of people. I hope.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I mean, but you're not knocking anything down yet. You're just waiting to see how it comes out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, no, we're definitely accepting offers and stuff, and we have some, gigs on, but we don't have a complete tour yet because some of the festivals are like, or some of the gigs are like contingent upon surges and things like that. But yeah, no, we're booking stuff for sure.
Well, great. Well, I look forward to seeing it. And when's your next trip to LA?
That I don't know. I really would like to be out there. Last time I was there, it was quite depressing though. But I'm
Yeah,
hoping
it was.
when things
It was,
open up.
it was depressing today walking around, just like I was walking around, and the eye contact and the vibe you're getting from other people in the streets it's just not good and friendly. I just got back from like St. John, and everybody was so nice and warm there and happy to see you. And here it's just like, good man, you're going to give me the cooties.
Well, the most depressing thing for me was, and it, because I was out there for a couple of days, is just like calling your good friends and then, not sure whether they want to see you, even though you've been tested, whatever. There may be someone in the house that's compromised or whatever. And it's a weird feeling. It's just a very weird feeling,
Yeah, they really got into our heads with the way they handled it in the beginning, where nobody knows who to trust still. But, Tulum, man, that took my mind off of this shit. I was down there. I was like, oh, just give me the beach and give me some sun and give me a chair and a floofy drink with a umbrella in it.
No, Tulum is great. Tulum is great. I've been there a few times. I love it. Yeah, it's fantastic. And, being somewhere that's warm with a beach is the optimum thing. I was working, so I really didn't have that option.
Yeah, well, you're a busy guy, and I know you quarantined to go to Vancouver this year and shoot. So you've been all over the place and had to jump through hoops. I mean, 2 weeks sitting around.
I'm about to go quarantine all next week.
Yeah. Oh, you have to quarantine a week when you get the ATL?
Yeah, definitely. Test several times, quarantine. The whole deal. It's corporate.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well.
But how's the fam?
The fam's good. They were kind of glad to see me, but they were like, go get tested. So I had to get tested today. So I went and got tested, and I should have the results shortly, hopefully.
Okay, so meanwhile, you haven't really seen them yet.
Well, yeah, I've been seeing them. I have to walk around the house in a mask, and I get to hang out in the garage, and I'm like sleeping in the music room. So I'm quarantined from everybody.
But what you just described sounds like your day to day anyway.
Yes, it was pretty much right on. But I love you so much, Leon. We go back so long. Like everybody here today, man, you're all family to me, and I can't wait till we're back together. Getting
me
into
too, man. You're one of my good and closest friends in LA. I consider you part of my LA family. I can't wait to sit down and chop it up with you in person, and hopefully that will be soon.
And we're gonna get to it. Thanks, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Anytime. All right.
Leon in the house. What the closest people to me? Here's a couple. You ready there, Kravitzes? East Coast Kravitz? No, you're not ready. Okay, East Coast Kravitz not ready. I got Noel Kassler tuning in shortly. I think he's next. Oh wait, Leon, TJ, yeah, Noel's coming in any minute, I believe. And don't worry, I got you guys. Meanwhile, I'm going to hit the other flavor here. Let's see. Z cubed. Yes. Thank you. Like I see all the amazing comments. Paul, thank you. It's nice to be back. My 1 year anniversary. There was twerking. There was twerking at Lake Merritt. That was kind of crazy. Thank you. Thank you, Janine. I am feeling very spiffy today. There he is, Mr. Noel Kassler in the house. Hello, Noel. How are you?
Good. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, look, you're all dressed up too. I love it.
Yeah.
How you been, man? How you been busy? Are you just as busy now as you were before when your boy was in office?
I kind of am because, all the other people kind of took up his slack. There's no shortage of idiots trying to troll us from the right. So, I had a little bit of breathing room, but yeah, I'm pretty much as busy. The fight is still on.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how they're going for the voters' rights now. That's the thing. And it's just so transparent.
I know. Because they saw that it worked. That's the legacy of Trump, is that he showed us, he showed his party that racism was a viable platform. He got 74 million votes in that last election in November when I was on with you. That's 74 million people who are like, yeah, I like what he stood for. I like what he did for the last 4 years. And he also grifted a ton of money from them. So the rest of these guys see that and they're like, I'm doing it. That's why Kevin McCarthy was at the border wall yesterday. You know,
Right.
it's like, they're like, hey, it sells, crap sells. So,
but nobody resonates like he does.
I know. That's the thing. Like, you hate him and, whatever, but he is charismatic. He is a showman in that sense. And those guys don't have it. They try to be like him. Kevin McCarthy was doing an imitation of him basically yesterday, mispronouncing Sri Lanka. He said it's Sri Lanka. He was trying to play Trump, but only Trump can really be Trump, thankfully.
Yeah, and it seems like he's like not what they thought. Like, I've been reading these articles about how he's not, like they were expecting this Godzilla and they're ending up with like a toothless panda.
Exactly. Because basically he was just there to fill his own coffers with their money. He doesn't really care about the politics. He doesn't really care about the conservative issues. And they thought he was going to be like this warrior. And he's basically a doddering old man hanging out in the golf course, trying to figure out how he's going to pay his lawyer bills, so he doesn't go to jail in New York.
Well, he did raise a lot of money with his defense fund that he did not use for the lawyers.
I know. Exactly. That's the other thing. He didn't use it to fight the election, right? And I'm glad you brought that up, Jeff, because last week he sent out a memo when he knew these checks were about to start hitting people's bank accounts, these $1,400 checks
right.
that got passed. He's like, hey, don't send your money to the GOP. Send it to me directly, And he'd never done that before. He's like, send me your money, because he knows these guys are going to have money, and he knows he doesn't really want it going to political issues or other candidates. He wants it going into his bank account.
And it's unbelievable. And the Republicans are still can't not support him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know it's a double negative.
he has them over a barrel, because he can stick his people on them if they cross it, which he's doing. He's going after the guys that sort of didn't support him, and he's going after, Lynn Cheney, and people like, that are far from like liberals. But yeah, he's got him dead to rights. That party will never be the same while he's alive.
Yeah, he splintered it, and now you have the different factions inside of it, and it's just so ugly. But it's beautiful.
It's entertaining to watch, right?
Well, you're not so much anymore. Like now, I'm not as invested, or like, boy, I was like banging CNN like it was heroin. I mean, it was just, I had to mainline it because it was so, there was so much going on. And now the temperature has dropped so much in this country due to the leadership that it's really been like a breath of, like I'm breathing easier. I mean, do you find that?
Oh, yes. Well said, Jeff. I mean, look, everybody's getting vaccinated. New York City's coming back to life. We had a couple nice days of weather and people were out on the streets, and you can feel it. We are breathing easier. And you're right. I had the TV on. I feel like my television was on for 8 months straight. It was just 24 hours a day, MSNBC.
Well, because he was always banging it with something sensational. There was always something crazy happening that you would be like, holy shit, that would all of a sudden change your whole day. And now we're in control more of our headspace. I don't find it's not as intrusive because politics is not exciting. Let's face it.
Absolutely. And it shouldn't be exciting. That's the thing. Like, you don't want outsiders in DC. You want people that went to school for that spent their whole lives learning how to be bureaucrats and policy wonks. It shouldn't be exciting. It should be boring. It's nuts and bolts of writing laws, and leave it to the experts so we can go to concerts and live our lives and, pursue other things. That's what a government is there for. It's to watch your back so you can go pursue your dreams,
Well, I want to touch base back on New York, because one of the things I read, I guess 2 days ago, was 4 out of 5 office workers are not returning. And right now there's a ton of empty office space already in New York. And that's really been part of the lifeblood for a lot of the business underneath these buildings and on the streets, and the amount of people that would come into the city every day to go to office. I mean, how do you think the city bounces back without the office folks coming back? And what do they do with that space?
I don't know, Jeff, and I'm in the city. I was in the city this morning. I'm in the city a lot of days in the week, and I have family that works in real estate, and I drive around the city, and it's not only the empty office buildings, there's zillions of them going up. The West Side has these huge projects, and I'm constantly looking out my car window going like, who's going to rent these places? Who's going to need a 4,000 square foot office? Those companies aren't coming back. People are not moving to New York City to open a company anymore, to start a corporation. You don't need those headquarters. What they're going to do with it, and not only the office space, but the real retail space,
Yeah.
Jeff. I was just driving up 1st and 2nd Avenue this morning. Like, every storefront is empty. It's like 4,000 square feet retail available, like insane stuff that was based on foot traffic. You know, you'd open a deli or a restaurant because you could assume a certain amount of people were going to walk by. Like, you know, there was a sandwich shop, you know, that was like a chain, Preda something, you know.
Preda Manger,
Right.
yeah.
They're closed. Like, every location in the city. The one by Union Square is still open, but like there's like 10 of them on the Upper East Side that are just empty because, like, you're not going to open that business. You're not going to make 1,000 sandwiches because you're not going to sell them, you know, and then you're going to throw out your product. So that's really what scares me, is because, you know, the restaurants and the mom and pop shops are what define New York City culturally, you know, and I don't see how that stuff is going to come back in the same way. So it's a good point. I wish I had the answer. It's a daunting challenge because it's something to witness. When you see these office buildings empty, it's scary, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it worries me. I mean, Broadway coming back, it will bring in the tourists, and, you know, things will change. People will come back to the city, but that city is really built around the office lifestyle, and it's just like frightening to me. And the same thing here in LA. There's a lot of offices that are going to sit empty, but, you know, people were already commuting and spending a lot of time in their cars as it was. Hopefully, it's going to take the foot off the brake, and people can. It's going to figure out something, but I don't think it's going to come back as fast as people think. I mean, people are like, yeah, New York's back. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be a while, right?
Yeah. It's like 5 years economically. And the city is going to have to, you know, city reinvent itself. New York is good at reinventing itself. There's going to be another version of New York City that's going to come in the future. Another generation is going to move in and figure out what to do with all that space and make it viable. It's not going to be my generation. I mean, I'll be there to watch. But it won't be, and help if I can, but it won't be the New York we knew. The New York that was based on foot traffic, where you worked in an office and you went down to the corner deli and you took the subway to work. That ain't really happening anymore.
A different story. Before I cut you loose, anything you want to plug? You got anything coming up?
I'm starting a podcast, you know?
What the hell, dude? You're on everybody else's podcast and you kill it. You're still one of my most watched shows here. Thank you so much. I had no idea. You know, but wow, people really love what you have to say and they love your perspective. So you might as well milk that puppy.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to talk to like cool people I know in the industry. So I'll be hitting you up at some point. But I want to talk to like the guys behind the scenes and some of the rock stars I worked with and just see what they've been up to in this last year, because they ain't been out on the road, you know?
That's for damn sure. Well, that's why I started this a year ago, because I figured I had a captive audience. Exactly. And look at it now. Well, thank you, Noah. I appreciate your support. It's been amazing. And I will look forward to talking to you again.
You got it, Jeff. I love the show, man. Keep it up, brother. It's a great show.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Noah Kassler. Check out his comedy if you get a chance. Next up, the one and only movie star, sax player extraordinaire, Carl Denson. Fresh off the screen with Eddie Murphy.
How are you, sir?
Good. How are you, Carl?
Awesome.
Good to see you. You're looking well. You're looking fit. You look like you're in tune.
I am. I had a other than the the financial meltdown of not working for a year, I've actually made the best of it. Physically, I feel very good right now.
Well, it's interesting. I had lunch with your manager today, and he told me he's so fucking busy. So that means that you better rest up while you got it.
Yeah, he's getting busy. You know, he tries to make himself busy when he doesn't even have anything to do, though.
You don't got to tell me that.
he doesn't really have an off switch. So I had to, like, through this whole thing, he calls me and he's like, I'm doing this and that. And I'm like, man, nothing's happening. Nothing's going to happen for a while. Like at the beginning, I was like, I expected it to happen before now, before it's going to happen. But I really thought at the very beginning of this, I was like, we are done for the year. We're looking at least January, February before anything's going on.
Of 2022, you're saying?
No. This is a year ago when this thing started. And he was and Eric was running around, trying to make plans. And I said, nothing's going on until we get to the end of the year at least. With the way the pandemic was starting out and how poorly we were handling it, it was obvious it was going to be a while. And now it's gone a little longer than I expected, but that's what you get.
Well, I saw you in all the promos for the new Coming to America, which I think your performance was the best rated thing about the movie so far.
I like to think so. I think maybe Wesley Snipes as the general. That's pretty incredible too.
What was it like to be back in that role? I mean, what's it been, 25 years, 30 years?
Yes, 30 years. It was we did that back in '88. So yeah, it was it's just fun. It was fun to be remembered, by the people who did the movie, and the fact that Eddie he tried to get everybody that from the original movie back into it. So I was getting all these texts for the 6 months before I did it, talk with people talking about the movie and are you going to be in the movie? And I was like, they don't know who I am. They don't remember me. And lo and behold, a couple of weeks before they wrapped the thing up, they called us and took us out to Atlanta, and we did the show and did the movie, and it was really fun to be a part of it.
Yeah, and historical. I mean, to have the same role and be able to reprise it 30 years later in the classic. I mean, Coming to America, the first one, epic movie. Yeah. So funny.
Yeah.
It's classic. Great times. So when's your next gig? When's the Tiny Universe going to be playing?
We're doing a live stream coming up here in the next couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And then April's going to be good. We've got we're going to Florida to do something down there on the 17th, a festival.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to Tahoe for 2 days at the end of April. And they're doing we're doing a couple of nights of socially distanced shows at the Crystal Bay. And, things are starting to ramp up. I got my vaccination last Friday.
Great.
So I'm feeling good about that.
Yeah. Is that your first shot?
I got the Johnson & Johnson, so I'm done.
And how was it? Any after effects or anything like that?
No, it kind of knocked me out that night. Like I got a little bit cold. I'm not sure if it was because it was cold actually, or because I was reacting. But I wrapped myself up on the couch, about 10 o'clock, 10:30, and fell asleep. Got up and went to bed and slept the whole night, which is an unusual amount of sleep for me. But other than that, and then my arm was sore for a couple of days. That was it.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you're vaccinated and ready to hit the road. We need music more than ever, Carl.
Yeah,
we need you back out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I love you working in the garden, but come on, time to play the sax.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to keep my garden. I have neighbors that'll kind of help me with it, but I'm getting ready to plant more peppers right now.
Right. You see, now you started all these projects at home, and now you're gonna have to leave, and you'll be, but wait.
Yeah. Well, I told Eric, I said, it'll be nice to get busy, but not too busy. Like I really, I did learn a few things about, what my body needs at this age,
Right. And I find myself slowing down a little bit too.
Yeah.
I got to get back in training.
It's necessary. What turned out the funniest thing that I discovered was I need to jog. I thought, starting to have some aches and pains and starting to feel old. And I finally, I read an article that said, when you start to have aches and pains, usually means you need to do more, not less. And so I bought a jump rope, and then within a month and a half, I was jogging. And now I notice if I don't jog, my body starts to feel a little bit achy, and I go for a jog and I wake up the next morning totally happening. So, I got to be, that's something that I can take on the road. So that'll be good.
Well, good. Yeah. You can do that wherever you go. Well, yeah. Carl, thank you. I can't wait to see you playing again, man, and getting back to doing what I do and watching you do what you do. So get at it.
Good to see you, man.
Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the love.
Take care, brother.
All right, there you go, lady. What was that? Sorry.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Later.
All right, there you go, Carl Denson. And the show has been really lacking in females, so I'm bringing in my 3 females. Hello, ladies. Katrina, did I wake you up from your nap?
I'm awake. I'm like, I just got back in again. I got my jacket on. I still got everything on. Just
What's
taking the
up,
dog for a
Dad?
walk.
Happy
Hello, Olivia. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Lulu's might be a little drugged up. She had her wisdom teeth removed.
Yes, I did on Friday. This is why this one cheek
It's a little bit
down
puffy.
here.
And what are you holding there?
Pop up.
Oh, look at that. There's Pinky. There's my man, Pinky.
Pop up. There's 2 pinkies. We just decided that this one, the OG, is definitely better than this one. This one, he looks
like you.
Like one.
It has more hair in there than me.
Yeah, honestly,
hair.
like, and especially with the camera angle, it's you. Just change the name.
Wow.
I'm a bobblehead.
You know, they do say you look like your parents when you get older.
Think about that, girls.
Oh, God.
Hopefully you won't lose your hair.
Hopefully I won't look like either of these
I'm
bobbleheads.
really hoping I won't lose my hair. Thanks, Joe.
Well, ladies, it's been a hell of a year together, all locked up in the house.
Yes, it has.
To say the
That's for
least.
sure. Definitely. But we're here a year later.
Yep. And you guys are half vaccinated. I mean, Jules and Kiki are vaccinated, right?
Yes.
You got one more shot to go.
I did my 13 hours in line for the extra vaccine at the end of the day. But it was worth it. What else was I doing? Wasn't doing anything else. So may as well sit in line and get a vaccine.
Yes.
So,
Well, I'm glad you're vaccinated. I went to the doctor today and she stuck that stick so far up my head. Oh my
Oh, I
God.
thought you were going to say your ass.
No, that's in China. They do that. I was like, you have a Chinese test. I prefer my exit.
Talking about.
No.
No. Okay. That's too far gone. Yeah.
She said, you're really tall. Sit down, and this is gonna be unpleasant.
Well, you got those big nose canals.
Yeah, it was probably easy for you.
So
Well,
I
I was hoping
like a hot dog in a hallway.
I was hoping I would have feel it, but I literally couldn't open my eyes when she was done.
you have some good sayings, Lou. A hot dog in a hallway.
The hot dog in a hallway. Oh, that's what Kanye. Isn't that what Kim Kardashian said about Kanye West when having sex with Kanye West after she had babies?
That's so awful.
I didn't.
That.
It's literally, she's quoted as saying that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Now, where do you think that line comes
Back
from?
in the day, it was from like We Are the Millers. I know my films that I get my quotes from. Anyways,
God.
Jeff,
Anyways,
I don't know.
Well, I have other Kravitzes here. Are you Kravitzes ready?
Can we do another?
Hey.
Hello, Jamie Kravitz,
Hi, girls.
live from Margate.
Hi, Jeff.
Where's Greg?
Hi, girls.
Hi.
Give him a second.
He's coming. Is he on the potty?
Yeah.
Oh.
Happy anniversary, bro.
Oh my God.
Oh, what is he?
Are you
Rice
drinking
wine
soy
vinegar?
sauce?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Is it soy sauce?
What
Stop
is that?
Is it disinfectant?
Dude,
Did you drink it through your
You've
mask?
been listening to Trump too much, right?
Everything.
Greg, I like your hair. That's a good
I've
look.
been growing it out
Oh, it grew so much in a
Did
year.
you get implants?
since your show. I've been getting my Napoleon Dynamite on, growing my hair out. I haven't had a haircut in a year.
Wow.
It's doing fantastic after a year. I've gone brown after a year.
Looks great.
What's on your eyes? You have something on your eyes? Any
My
glasses?
Gucci sunglasses. Now he tries to be cool. I'm like, really, Greg?
You gotta be.
Yeah.
cool.
There was just a big black blob on his face. We couldn't.
Yeah, there he is. I thought you look like they had. Oh, forget it. That's so funny. You look like the Brillo. The Brillo.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Andrew Garth, kind of like.
Yeah, you do.
Oh boy.
You can't take shots at family members when they're not on here.
Amy's on there.
Amy's on there.
We have another special guest, just to say a quick hello.
Oh, so my sister-in-law. Hi, T.
Hi.
Hello, Tina, Christina, Riley,
Twins.
Perez.
Look at the similarities in those two.
And then look at me.
It's like Jeff and Pinky bobblehead number 2 over
You have to
here.
come this summer, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Visiting for a couple of days with Josie. We're not quite sure she's doing homework, so
we hope. Anyways.
Well, thank you, family, for putting up with me for the past year. I mean, I spent 7 weeks down there in Jersey with the East Coast Kravitzes.
Yes.
And at least 40 weeks at home.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us, man.
Too many weeks at home.
You have
Too
actual
many
famous people on here.
Yeah, I had a good show today, huh?
You do. You
I
do.
was like, wait, Paulie Shore?
The main headliner was
my
great.
hero, my MTV hero.
Well, you know, TJ's supposed to call, and I was hoping to have him on from Wicked Tuna. You know, he was like, yeah, I'm going to call you. I'm running a little late, so I'm hoping that he's going to call while you guys are on. I'll have you all on with TJ, but
That is just too many people.
I can have up to 10 on at the same time, by the way.
Maybe TJ's on the line.
No, I could see everything here.
I got it.
He's got a big one.
He's off the hook.
Wicked tuna.
Well, Kravitzes, thank you so much for the love and support. I love my family.
Congrats for the whole year. Very proud of you.
I think we deserve a congrats too.
Oh, I congratulate you for putting up with me.
Yes.
Yeah, I go with that.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for putting up with me.
Okay, guys.
All right. Bye. See you there, Greg. Bye, Jamie. Love you guys. My family there at the end. I mean, come on. It's absolutely perfect way to end my celebration show. I thank everybody for tuning in today. I mean, incredibly wonderful cast of characters. Tuning in: Paulie Shore, Brendan Bayless, Ryan Stasek, Joel Cummins from Humphreys McGee, David Lemieux, Grateful Dead archivist extraordinaire, Jeffrey Ross, my good friend Leon Robinson, Noel Kassler, dynamic. He's a dynamic guest right there. Carl Denson, my family, my brother Greg, my wife Jules, and her sister Tina, and Kiki, and Olivia, and Jamie. I mean, these are my people. These are all my people. I appreciate everybody. It's been incredible past year being able to connect with everybody. I've mentioned all the people that have helped me, the guests I've had over the years, and I have a couple shout outs. One is to my good friends, the Asher family. Hey, you know what? You can still get your 420 Live CBD bar if you haven't done that, ashers.com. You spend $75, you get a 20% discount if you use the 420 Live code, and they will see that you want the CBD bar just by using that code, and we'll throw it in 8 ounces of delicious milk chocolate with mini M&Ms, coconut flakes, pretzels, potato chips, raisins, CBD, and it is delicious. Actually, I'm going to have Jeff make up a couple because I'm kind of low. I mean, I kind of need that. And our good friends at Solo Pipe, they were very supportive, Gary, over there. Amazing product. He's got a whole new line of Solo Pipes coming out. I've sent out hundreds of those things to everybody all over the place. Everybody loves them. And Lens and Frames, my good friend Darren over there, who sent me my glasses in the very beginning. And all of our amazing sponsors we've had over the time, Sin Lawn and Grady's. And, we got Manscaped coming up there on the April 1st. So I'm going to be going because I got to get my Manscaped on. Janine, you could send it to other people too. You could like gift the chocolate out. You order it and then gift it. But you know what? The chocolate's so good, it's going to come. You'll be like, yeah, I'm not giving any of this away. Mike Batten, college pal, photo class. Thank you, Gary DeFox. Now, yes, you're right, Janine. It's good to hear. Jules, she's got a great voice, right? It's really nice when she yells at you in that with that beautiful accent. Thank you, Rick, for tuning in. Amy Marie for the 420 Gun Show. Carl Denson tuning in, all gunned up. Yeah, I know it's kind of blue, huh? Maybe it's the light balance in here. But thanks, Josh. Thanks for tuning in. We're good today. We had some really good conversations. Everybody's short and sweet, in and out. I just love the memento today. So let's keep it real. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Hello, Reagan. I saw you in there. Thank you so much. The Dipper is charged by USB. That's a USB slot, and you push it 5 times, and then it comes in 5 different speeds. And you here, I'll take this off so you can get it. As it heats up, you touch it to the inside of your oil. So you don't have to be prepping. Oh boy. Ooh. Whoa, Nelly. That's not your mama's oil. That's your Percy. That's your Percy rosin. So this is hash rosin. So they're making rosin out of keef. You get the keef and then you press it again. And you get it's white. This is the craziest shit. 710 Labs with all the crazy stuff. Thanks to Brad. Brad was supposed to come on and do a little smoke with us. We will do it later. Hello, Kelly. Huge supporter. Thank you so much, Kelly Baines. Mark Chaldon, the future of entertainment. 1 year. Looking for another 12 months? Nah. Hopefully this is going to be over. We're going to keep going. It is called 420 Live. April 20th, I will keep it the pedal to the metal. Tomorrow we have a great show with Rory Kramer. So you're not going to want to miss that. He's a photographer for Justin Bieber, and he just shot Justin's new album cover and works with Justin hand in hand. So tune in tomorrow. We'll get to all that. Thank you all so much. 1 year here together, distracting, entertaining, trying to keep it real, trying to talk some common sense to the world and to get my words out. If you know me, you already know where I'm coming from. I'm the same here as I am when we're together. I tried not to pull too many punches because they need to be landed, especially now. So we're going to keep the pedal to the metal. We're going to keep it coming on. And, we'll see you back here tomorrow with another show. Thanks, everybody, tuning in. I'm going to thank all my guests today and everybody that supported us over the past couple of years. Peace, love, happiness to everybody out there. A big hug in my tie. And my crushed velvet jacket. I can't wait to hug you all in person. This has been way too long. Please take care of yourselves, get vaccinated, and we look forward to seeing you all